I'm also worried in case it rains.
Always just rainy days and sunny days. Oopsie!
It would rain any minute and then it'll stop raining and then it'll just carry on. I remember once, my love, I had rain, sleet, snow and sun all in the same day. Okay, now
Now,
we can close the Bible. Okay.
oh, we close our Bible because at the end, join us and that tip we prepare for you
Yeah.
as we close this video. Please don't miss out. Want some turkey? We are always here for evening tea every Wednesday.
Yeah. You know, I would appear at the end of the video. You know, my love, we're doing the beginning. We're doing the beginning. We're doing the beginning. Yeah, we're doing the beginning. Sorry, we're doing the beginning of the video now, my love. We'll cast this as extras, okay? Otherwise, if you want to eat that, you got to go back in and get another one. Hi, this is Michael and Maria, and welcome to the second episode of Crossroads. Now, before we start, we have to please subscribe, comment, and like our videos. And more importantly, we also have to say thank you to the people who went off and commented, subscribed, and liked our last videos. We were ultimately overwhelmed by the response. Yes.
Actually, it was a slideshow of tips, so if you missed it out, never know. You may miss it out, but it could save your relationship, and that's what we care about. Yeah, so today in our video, we have for you our first tip that we gave you about health. I guess some people will be like, health check, what's up?
Why should that even matter, to be honest, at the end of the day?
Honey, I think I was kind of not feeling well. How did you get to know that?
Ultimately, how I got to know is, and I'm guessing a lot of people, is based on how we go off and how people act. Especially when you're going off and speaking online to someone, you've been able to tell, especially if you've known them for at least a bit, able to tell when they're a bit off or a bit unwell. Let's start with the obvious first part, for example, mental health. Now, this doesn't have to be anything, it could just be a case of being stressed or just being quite down. Number one, how can you tell if I get stressed or kind of down?
Have you been stressed?
But how can you go off and tell when I'm kind of down or whatnot?
Okay. I always ask.
May I ask a question about your question?
Yes. Don't ever imagine that, oh my God, everyone knows what you're thinking and everyone wants to tell you what they're thinking. Besides being in a relationship, we are two different people who have grown up from different lives, and for our case, different cultures. That's what I say. So our caution is always ask. Yeah.
I never obviously
into the face of your partner, like, Mike? You're not smiling. Are you okay?
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, I'll go off and tell her after a while, I suspect. After I say no, I'll probably say something along the lines of, look, no, I'm fine, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then Maria will just carry on nagging, saying, Mike, you're not fine. Yeah.
And then another thing is like, sometimes when Mike is like off, and I'm talking, but he's not looking at me, and I'm like, Mike, what are you thinking? That's when you will really help someone come back from their stress to be able to share with you. So that whatever they're thinking, never know, you have to, maybe you could play a part in solving. So don't ever take your partner for granted that they're always fine because, oh my God, they're around, they're seated with you, that they're healthy, mentally.
No, especially if they're, let's be honest, maybe hundreds or thousands of miles away, which a lot of you are. And it may just be something silly. For example, you may have had a bad day at work, and that's just gone off and put you in a bad mood, and then you've gone off and spoken in the morning. You know, obviously, Maria will probably be able to tell, for example, if I've had a bad day, and be able to ask Michael, you know, what's the matter?
Even if Mike comes with good news, I always have to take him back. Mike, how are you? How was your day? It's very important.
Yeah. It is, after all, just the small basic things that matter, especially in a long distance relationship. As, let's be honest, you're not going to be able to see each other every day, you're not going to notice, are going to be able to pick up these small things. So these tiny things are the important things, especially in a long distance relationship, to be able to build up that thing, to be able to allow.
Honey, your tea? Quite cold. I don't know how many, even if you're in a long distance, I think sometimes we used to share moments with mine.
Yeah.
When he's having squash. I didn't know about squash.
Oh, well, try all this. It's peach and raspberry.
I got to know about squash. Why? It's a moment we shared. I didn't take the squash, but he would tell me, I'm having squash for now, and that was really something. You're very far from your partner, but they're sharing with you. That is also part of health.
Yeah.
It kind of pulls you, connects you with your partner's health at the moment that they are really taking a drink. Yes, it's healthy to drink.
Yeah.
So are you putting that in caution?
Yeah.
So right now, that's why we always have our evening tea.
Yeah.
So we decided to have it with you today.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
healthy to sit somewhere with
A bit
some
of
good nature.
A bit of
around
nature, a bit of greenery on our sides. It's out of shot now. We've got some lovely oranges, which are not very on.
Yeah. Game of the day. How many? I wonder. Sometimes, yeah, it's long distance, but this chess has not started today. As you see, the game, it's quite already played. We used to play it actually.
Yeah. No.
When he was home, and I was also in my own home, but we made sure we had a game there
Yes.
together. It's quite fun, and we made it possible, and we shall show you still in our coming videos how to make possible to keep your relationship fun with game days.
Now, to get back ultimately to the health issue, one of the other issues, not just mental health, but also physical health. It could be something small as, let's be honest, you've gotten the flu, or let's say you may have just caught a bug or something. Now the question is ultimately is getting well and making certain that your partner knows you're well. I remember at one point I lost my voice in a long distance relationship. That's one of the worst things you can do is lose your voice. How can you go off and speak to someone?
It was so terrifying.
Yes, and I kept that for about a week or two, for example, which really went that well.
Yeah, I remember Mike's family was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to speak." I was like, "Mike, you're supposed to speak because we are going to get medicine." Able to use the normal common remedies because there are some drugs you won't receive without a prescription. But these are things that are available on internet. At that moment, they are really stressed. They can't think about, let me check what I can do in a short while. We were able to find a tip that helped save Mike's voice in just about 3 days.
Yeah.
And also get some common medicine for cough. And
Yeah.
just 3 days work.
Yes.
Health check.
Yes.
So if he had no voice, he could not speak to me.
But we also have to presume ultimately that some of you may not know, or if you are ill, you would have been given a treatment, and it is always best, unless of course you've lost your voice, to be able to inform your partner how you're going to get better, how you're going to get well, and what. It is never good to be able to keep the partner in the darkness. And it's always best to say, look, here's how I'm going to get better, and to do it. And ultimately, this goes into the next part on, it doesn't just matter ultimately these small minor things like bugs or flus, but it could also be something slightly more important, like let's say allergies. Let's say, for example, your partner is allergic to something. To be able to ensure, number one, how they can get better, and how, for example, you can do that. Because let's say you ultimately do meet your partner again after 3 months or even 6 or however long, and you get them a present, or the last thing you want to be able to do is give them something that's going to make them hurt.
Yeah, like gifting your partner something they're allergic to. Have you ever thought about that?
No.
Oh my god, like you're happy you've taken so long to meet each other and then allergies and you're running to the hospital just at that moment. It's so terrifying. So health check, keep it up. As we continue with our health check, no, this is mine. Sometimes they say, I hear you can do some research. Chocolate, something good for mood.
Yes, it is.
Stabilizing mood. So we always have our chocolate on the side, and you can join us with our desire. Oh, Mike is. I'm not good at putting.
No. No.
Follow it. I know you. Stop pretending. Stop pretending. Woo. Please, just tell us where you are, where you're located in the comments, where your partner is. You never know.
While Maria is eating some of our set, she's eating her set and is quite quiet during this time. One of the other issues is also about health as well. More importantly, let's say, as I was saying about physical health, let's say for example you do fall down ill, and you do fall down ill, something a bit more than just minor flus or but either you break your leg, or at the same time you do fall down the hill where you have to go to the hospital and have an acute thing. Luckily enough, but I know for a fact we've spoken about this, and one of the issues and one of the great things we will do, and I probably suggest something for you, is let us say you fall down ill. One of the best things also to do is still to go with the idea that honesty is the best policy, being able to tell your partner what is happening and what can cause. As let's be honest, I know I wouldn't want to fall ill quite seriously and not being able to tell Maria exactly what's happening. And I know she wouldn't want to do the same.
Mike, I'm not fine. I know he's far, but he has to know I'm not fine at that day, because he will come with his good news and I'll be like,
yeah.
And he'll be like, hey, you don't want to listen to me, and that is why some people end up being like, no, doesn't talk to me. He's so
you ended in a hospital, for example. I know for a fact I wouldn't want my partner not to know. I would want her to know straight away, for example, if something bad had happened to me. And so always constantly inform, always keep up to date with your partner, always tell him what is going on. As even though it may not think important, or you may think it's important, or you want to keep your health, last thing I know I'd want to do is find out after the fact Maria had fallen ill. I also like the fact that she's trying to change up chessboard.
I'm not changing. I realize that we need to start a fresh game, right? The evening is still quite long, and you're not playing, right?
No, so
these are games that help boost your mind, keep you happy, keep you as a team, keep you healthy psychologically, because one thing that plays the biggest part in this long distance relationship is the mind. And we encourage you to have something like the game days.
And that's why one of our future videos will be exploring more about the concept of game days, to be able to allow not only just you and your partner to be able to grow. And that is the point, really. That is why one of our future videos will be exploring all sorts of games that you and your partner can play.
Thank you for watching our videos. We love you so much, from Michael and Maria.
For our prayers at the end of this video.
Don't forget your chocolate. Sorry. Some chocolates here for you.
I need to put 2 more back. Oh, you're stealing the chocolates.
I almost stole that chocolate.
You see, the thing is, my love, is we now got 2 chocolates missing. Wherever to is my love. We need to go off and do the passage of the Bible now.
Honey.
Yes, my love.
Right here.
Yes, okay.
Time for what?
Time for our moment, our video part of our prayers. Today, the passage we'll be reading is Psalm 113. Praise ye the Lord. Praise, O ye servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time forth and forevermore.
Amen.
From the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same, the Lord's name is to be praised.
Amen.
The Lord is high above all nations,
Amen.
and his glory above all heavens.
Amen.
Who is like unto the Lord our God, who dwelleth on high, who humbleth himself to behold the things that are in heaven and in the earth. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth the needy out of the dunghill,
Amen.
that he may set him with princes,
Amen.
even with the princes of his people. He maketh the barren women to keep house, and to be joyful mother of children. Praise ye the Lord. Without our Lord, and ultimately we would not have met at the crossroads.
Our
Father,
Father,
who art in heaven. Thank you very much for watching Crossroads, and come again for our next video.
and our videos are here to share, for you to learn, here today together.
Yeah.
The past week it was terrible, counting down, waiting to see Mike, and watch out for our next video, because we are going to share with you our journey after how many months?
It's been at least 3-4 months.
Oh my
So
God.
anyway,
I can't believe it. It's been 3 months. I know out there it's been more than that.
So we must thank you very much for watching our video. Come again. Go off and subscribe, comment, and like our videos if you enjoyed this. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Ta-da. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye. Okay.